Y'all cold? I ain't cold. I'm from Chicago. Come on, this is another day in this capitalist paradise. Come on here. Yeah, I live nowadays in the, oh, and thank you for coming and for staying and for being here. I live nowadays, I'm from Chicago, but I live nowadays in on the suburbs of Atlanta, in the 6th District of Georgia. My congressperson, is a lady named Karen Handel. She preceded Brian Kemp as Secretary of State in Georgia, and she's responsible for the disenfranchisement of easily another 100,000 people. And her race is in about 10 days. There's a Democrat named Lucy McBath, who's within 2 polling points of her. We caught Lucy McBath in the lobby of a place of worship where she came trolling for votes recently. And we asked her about the 800 military bases that the United States has around the world. You know what she said to us, Lucy? Lucy McBath is known for having, unfortunately, not unfortunately, tragically, criminally, her son was gunned down in Jacksonville, Florida in 2012. Anyway, we asked her about the 800 military bases. And she told us, well, you know what? I'm going to have to study up on that. That's what she told us. You know, it would be one thing if that was a one-off. But at Black Agenda Report, we took a quick look at Democratic congressional candidates supported by the 3 major organizations that are giving aid to so-called progressive Democrats. That would be Justice Democrats, Brand New Congress, and Our Revolution. Those guys were responsible in large part for the success of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in New York City and some other stuff. Anyway, they've got about 30 congressional candidates around the country. 22 of them have no positions whatsoever on foreign policy except for support of the State of Israel. Now, hey, what does that tell us about our Democratic friends? You know, yeah, well, some of them are our friends. For God's sake, some of them are our families, okay? Let's be real, all right? I'm not talking about the folks who draw a salary for doing this. I'm talking about the folks who actually have these choices put before them as voters and who were not consulted before or after. You see, that's the problem. We talk on the left about holding their feet to the fire. But in the real world, I'm afraid that there ain't no real mechanism under the law for us to hold their feet to the fire. If only there was. We, as a movement, are going to have to come up with something new. We're going to have to come up with something creative. It's going to have to violate norms of conduct and the rule of law. It's going to have to. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm an old man, but I'm going to stick around a few more years to see what it looks like and to help in any way I can. But holding their feet to the fire, elections, the next election doesn't do it. If they can get elected not having any position on empire, not having any position on foreign policy, then that speaks to the utter contempt they have for the folks who actually vote for them. So that's where we are. We've got a lot of work. The few people here, you're going to have to be part of the folks responsible for coming up with new ways to confront the war machine and to make its actions and its malevolence known to our people. And we got a lot of work to do. Free all political prisoners. And there's going to be a lot more. Thank you.